Imagine an amazing world that existed hundreds of millions of years before the appearance of the first people. In that era, the Earth belonged to incredible creatures, a giant prehistoric insect, and other amazing creatures. Their dimensions amazed the imagination of a modern person, accustomed to small butterflies and grasshoppers. The most famous gigantic insect of antiquity was Meganeura. This creature resembled a huge dragonfly, whose wingspan reached 2 feet. She soared over the ancient swamps, hunting smaller creatures. In the Coal Period, about 300 million years ago, the atmosphere of the Earth contained significantly more oxygen, which allowed insects to achieve such incredible sizes. At the same time, Arthropleura lived on Earth. Giant pollinates, up to 10 feet long. Their body covered a strong chitin shell that protects them from predators. Despite the frightening appearance, these creatures were peaceful herbivores, eating fallen leaves and rotting wood. In addition to them, there were giant scorpions, known as Pullman scums. Their length could reach 2 feet, and they were dangerous predators equipped with powerful claws and sharp sting. Acticon is a giant arthropod, which lived in the seas of the Ordovician period about 480 million years ago. Reaching 7 feet in length, the Edgerocastide fought with small plankton and small animals, filtering water due to special processes on the limbs. Endoceras was a gigantic cephalopod mollusky Silurian period, reaching a length of up to 30 feet. This creature was one of the largest predators of the ancient seas, hunting large prey and amazing it with its huge tentacles. Mesotheros enormous is a prehistoric insect from the Paleontology group, the wingspan of which was more than 2 feet. These majestic creatures collected nectar from ancient plants and could steam for hours over flowering landscapes. Hallucidi was a small, but extremely unusual creature that inhabited the sea depths of the Cambrian period. The body of Hallucigenia was covered with many thin and sharp spikes, and numerous limbs helped her move along the seabed. Primeval Silurian Scorpio was one of the first arthropods to master land. Its dimensions reached about 3 feet, and he successfully hunted both small invertebrates and the first terrestrial vertebrates. Megarachne cervinii is a creature previously considered a giant spider, but later identified as a sea scorpion up to 1.5 feet long. This creature possessed a strong carapace and was well adapted to life in water. Pseudopulex, prehistoric giant flea up to 1 inch long. These parasites had powerful mouth organs that allowed them to pierce thick skin of dinosaurs and other large animals. Ungoliant arachna is a mythical creature, a giant spider from ancient legends that reflects human ideas about the frightening and mighty arachnids, possibly inspired by real creatures of antiquity. Gecalopterus rhenanii was the largest of the famous sea scorpions, which reached an impressive length of up to 8 feet. He occupied the upper step in the food chain of ancient reservoirs and had practically no natural enemies. The woodpecker was a large creature reaching up to 2 feet in length and had a feature of gnawing the wood of ancient trees. Thanks to this, he played an important role in the cycle of substances in ancient ecosystems. Titanopters of the Trias period were giant insects with huge wings, whose scope exceeded 1.5 feet. These insects dominated the air spaces of their time, creating an impressive appearance over forests and steppes. Mongolacum jurassica is a large ancient spider that lived in the Jurassic period. The size of a foot, it was one of the most remarkable representatives of spider-like antiquity. The giant crab monster from the Dungeons & Dragons universe is a fictional creature, but it is inspired by real ancient giant crustaceans that inhabited the seas of our planet millions of years ago. Arthropleura stennicberian is the famous ancient sea scorpion about 5 feet long, known thanks to the illustrations of the artist Stennicberian. This creature successfully hunted in the sea depths. Vespa mandarinia, a modern giant hornet, is a descendant of even larger ancient ancestors who were much more dangerous and stronger. Meganeura spider, originally considered a huge spider, but later identified as a sea scorpion, demonstrates difficulties in studying prehistoric forms of life. Studying these gigantic creatures, we can imagine the amazing world of the ancient land, where the diversity and size of life forms exceeded everything that we know today. These creatures inspire scientists to continue research in order to better understand the history of life on our planet and its amazing changes for hundreds of millions of years. Why did these creatures disappear? The climate of our planet began to gradually change. A decrease in oxygen level in the atmosphere led to the fact that giant insects could no longer exist. Their place gradually occupied the smaller species, better adapted to new conditions. Today, scientists are studying the fossils of giant insects in order to better understand the history of life on Earth. These studies help us realize how variable and amazing the world of the past was, and how close life on our planet is associated with atmosphere and climate. Imagining the world of giant insects, we can look into the distant past of our Earth and be surprised at the variety of life forms that inhabited it long before the appearance of man. The modern world is also rich in gigantic insects, which amaze with their sizes and unusual characteristics. Although they do not reach the size of their prehistoric ancestors, some of them are able to surprise even the most daring researchers. One of the most striking examples is the giant Phryganistria chinensis stick, whose body length can exceed 2 feet. These insects resemble branches or sticks and are able to perfectly disguise themselves among the foliage of trees and shrubs, hiding from predators. Another impressive insect is the Goliathus goliatus beetle, which is considered one of the most severe insects on Earth. Its weight can reach 100 grams, and the body length along with horns is about 4 inches. The beetle Goliath has a powerful body and a beautiful pattern on the chitin shell, which attracts collectors from around the world. Particular attention should be paid to the largest modern hornet Vespa mandarinia, known as the Asian giant hornet. These hornets reach a length of up to 2 inches, have very powerful gums and a strong sting. Their bite is painful and dangerous even for humans. Despite the frightening look, they play an important role in the ecosystem, regulating the number of other insects. The largest butterfly of our time is the Pavling lasca atlas, Attacus atlas, the wingspan of which reaches 1 feet. Their wings are painted in bright colors and have unusual patterns resembling the heads of snakes, which scares away potential predators. A giant grasshopper, known as wader from New Zealand, is able to reach a weight of up to 70 grams and a length of more than 4 inches. This is a large insect, despite its frightening appearance, usually harmless and eats plant foods. These examples show that our world continues to be a home for amazing and truly giant insects that do not cease to surprise us with their size and unique features of life. we watched this video. Put your finger up and leave the comments. Subscribe to our channel right now. And of course, click on the bell so as not to miss new and interesting videos from the real channel Unreal.